All right, you're live. Yeah, I've been pretty good too, man. I haven't bought a knife for a little while. Last knife I bought was this 8015.
Where'd you get that
at? Fuck, I forgot. Oh, Amazon. It was on sale.
Mm-hmm.
I saw on Amazon they had an 8010 for $100, and they had the 15 for $140.
What's the steel? S35?
Yep.
Yep. There you go.
And yeah, I used to own this knife, but the light version, and I really liked it. But I got rid of it in a trade because this is the one I wanted all along. Really, I wanted the upgraded one. You know.
Fuck yeah, I love it, bro.
But yeah, this is a fucking awesome knife, man. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I got some OG Goat aluminum scales coming for it too.
Which because I bought mine, but I ended up sending them back. I think I just got the wrong milling pattern because mine were fucking super slippery, man.
Oh really?
Huh. Yeah, you know they were. I wanted them to work. You know what I mean? Like it looked so much better, but
yeah. What kind were they? Were they just the plain lines
solid,
in them, or what?
They were solid. They were solid black, but they were the aluminum one, which has like a coating on it.
I wonder if the coating was what made it slippery. Was it?
Yeah, 100% had to be.
Okay. Yeah, I just got the plain raw aluminum ones, so maybe that won't be a problem.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You should be good, man. How's the smoking going?
Still haven't had one.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That's great, man. Proud of you, bro.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I think pretty soon I'm gonna go down to, because these are the 5 milligram pods. I think I'll go down to the 3s pretty soon here and just see how it goes.
That's good, bro. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got a plan. You know? That's fucking good, bro.
Good. Feels good. I mean, I don't notice a huge difference on how I feel yet. I think I feel like I'm breathing a little easier maybe, but I think it takes a while for you to kind of get it back, you know.
Let me tell you, and that's funny you were talking about this. I took a college course and they talked about this. And of course, these big tobacco companies and people, they don't want you to know this type of information, but your body, well, you already know the body is an amazing thing. The human body is an amazing thing. Your body, once you stop smoking, will start healing itself fucking minutes after you stop smoking, bro. Wow. And they had like a chart where it was telling you like what starts to happen, what noticeable things you'll start to notice. But literally, bro, your body starts healing. Once you say you're done with that shit, it starts fucking healing, man. So it's never too late to quit, man. Hell
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's so weird. They tell you like it takes 7 years or something like that.
Yeah. Fuck, you know, might as well keep going. You know, keep fucking killing yourself because there's no hope.
Exactly. That's fucked up.
Hit that button. Hit that comments button.
John Fog, hey man, Bluetooth Blades, Jacob, Matt, what's up, guys? The Chavez Tonto Lightning has arrived. Ooh, nice.
What's that? I'm not familiar with that one. What's that?
He got a Lightning Anno on it.
Oh, right on, man. Big money.
Yeah, I bet that looks good. You still liking yours?
Kickstop?
Huh?
How you still rock? You still digging the Kickstop?
Fuck yeah. Oh yeah. What about you?
Yeah. I just, you know, I don't know. Whenever I start getting to these single fucking deployments, you know, I hate a fucking, you know, it's the best flipper in my collection, but
yeah, I know what you mean.
It's flipper only, man. I fucking do.
Yeah, it is a fucking mean fucking flipper.
I saw one that a guy sent in to Way of Knife, and I'm thinking about doing it too. He put a nice finger choil on there for the choke up, and I can see myself enjoying that, you know, for sure.
Really? So I've been waiting to see if someone would do that with one of these.
Yeah, they did it. If you I'll see if I find it, but it was within the last week, bro. That I saw the post. Yeah.
Let me know, because the reason I haven't. I mean, I could do it myself. I don't know if I'd do as good a job as they would, but I was kind of hesitant because I don't know if there's some kind of clearance that there needs to be for this flat spot or something.
Yeah, he did it. They did it, bro. I mean, in worst case, you could even look at the one they do. Like, if you want to do it, you're brave, bro. Because I mean, fucking, I'm just, you know, it's $400 knife, man. You know.
I know. I don't know if I will. I cut jimping into my McBee today, actually.
Did you really? What'd you use? Dremel?
a Dremel with one of those small cutoff wheels, and I think I actually did pretty good. Let's see if I can get it to focus on it.
Okay, I see it. How you enjoying that? You feeling the difference with it?
Come on.
Oh, there it is. There it is. You put all that on there? It had none?
And it's not focusing, but yeah, I can front flip it now.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you, man. One day I'll start doing some of that shit too. I'll fuck around, man. I bought the Dremel just for this shit, bro, and I never really fucked around too much with it.
Yeah. It's pretty fun. I mean, I just like to be able to cut in my own sharpening choils, because there's so many knives that you get that they have sharpening choils, but they're just not deep enough, or they just kind of suck. And it's so nice to be able to enlarge in them.
Absolutely.
Way of Knife did my Anno job. Oh, cool. That's
well,
cool.
What did he charge? What did they charge you, bud, for that?
Looks like Anno and polished blade. It looks like.
Oh, motherfucker!
What's up, Dang Ross? How you doing, man? Yeah, I still haven't sent off anything to Way of Knife. I need to do that soon.
Yeah, man. I thought you had wanted to. What was it? Your Chavez? What was you were sending? I thought it was.
I was gonna send off my scapegoat for some anodization.
I think the antique or some shit like that you had thought about.
Exactly. Yep. $35. Wow.
Yeah. See, he said about he bought it from them. If you buy the knife from them, you get a 30% discount on any mod service.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, that's fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they sell a lot of like the blank bear tie knives, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, I'll tell you, we can ask everybody what they're rocking unless you want to wait on that. But fucking, I have to give some kudos, man. I've been rocking or singing the praises of the CJRB Echo. And this was the first one I had bought, which was the stainless steel one. Then I found out about the Knife Center exclusive one, and it's fucking beautiful, bro.
Oh, nice.
It's got that satin finish blade with the micarta titanium bolsters. The only thing that I'm not digging as much is acoustically. The stainless steel one just sounds so goddamn good.
Really?
It's not as loud, I'm sure, because of the micarta,
Yeah.
But I can't get enough of that. And then also one that when I unboxed it, I wasn't really keen on it, but I'm fucking loving it now. A lot of people are also, is the Civivi Cubit.
Oh shit, you got one. Nice.
Yeah, man. I did a little video on it, man, and I like it, bro. I really do.
I was very tempted to pick one of those up. I haven't seen a new Civivi that I really digged in a while, but that one I like the look of it.
That's right. I agree 100%.
It feels good, just like the button lock
feels great,
good.
brother. Yep. I of course I spine whacked the bitch, just for cause for the culture, and it fucking passed. Action is great. Acoustically, it's great. I've never had any issues with the Civivi button locks, though.
Me neither. It's just it wasn't really issue. It was more of like, I don't know. My conspirator was it felt just kind of mushy. Like the detent wasn't like, I don't know, it didn't feel crisp like this pyrite does.
Right.
Does it feel different than the older button locks that they did?
Absolutely. You hit it right on the head. Like, that was a perfect analogy. That conspirator was mushy, bro. I have the same thing,
Yeah.
And where they're at now with it. I tell you, I made a joke on one of my videos, bro, and I think there's some truth to it. Somebody fucking from ProTech either got fucking either let the cat out the bag, or somebody fucking infiltrated them, because these budget companies have banged it out to where, I mean, listen, with the ProTech, bro, and I think you got one still on the Malibu, you were able to just do this and the fucking blade would come out on mine.
Really?
I could go like that. If I went hard enough, it would come out. But these budget ones, or not the Malibu, the Mordax.
Okay.
I just had a Mordax in.
Okay.
I was gonna buy it, but I was like, fuck that, bro. It was just, I gave it a good shake and it would fly out,
Huh, weird. Yeah, I noticed that too, man. As soon as I as soon as I flicked this Warncliffe pyrite, I was like, oh, okay, they figured something out here. This is different. They're doing something different in here.
I need to see that because you did a hell of a job on that one. I want to see. Can you put it up close to me?
Oh, the texture, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Fucking duty, bro. You motherfucker.
It makes a lot of a difference because that was my
Oh,
only
my God.
complaint is it's a little bit slippery.
Absolutely. I bet, bro. It looks good too, bro. It looks goddamn good. It looks like that's the way it came, you know?
Yeah, thanks, man.
And what'd you do for that? Same thing with the Dremel?
This was actually with an angle grinder and cutoff wheel, so that's why they're a little bit wider. I think if I did it again, I would use the really thin small wheel and get them a little bit more perfect.
Did you mark it with like a marker first, or you just went raw dog?
I marked it all out. You know, got a ruler, marked it out, and then cut it in.
Full effect.
Yeah. Man, I need them to make a premium version of this one too.
They did. They just dropped the premium version of the pyrite.
The Warncliffe?
Oh no, that's the fucking cat. That's the fucking
okay.
Yeah. That's the fucking.
I saw they had some really badass pyrites though. You were talking about the Damascus one, and there's a couple titanium.
They got an S35 VN. I believe it's S35 VN on the premium one, or M390. Well, I forget. Maybe it was S35. It was like $179 with the discount or something.
Let me look it up. I think I saw Neves' video on it. Man, they looked amazing.
But like you said, bro, I wanted the Warncliffe, man, in premium.
Yeah.
That would have been that'd have been the way to go for sure.
But man, they're like you said, they figured something out with these button locks, and I need to try an Echo.
You do, bro.
If it's anywhere as good as the Pyrite, I already know I like it.
I'll be willing to make that same bet we made with the goddamn little native, bro. I think you'll like it. I really do. I really do, man. It's good.
Button locks are still too new for me. Don't have enough faith in the lock yet. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I don't, with button locks, even the ones that don't fail the spine whack, I don't really view them as like hard use knives. I wouldn't really take a button lock in like a really hard use situation. They're more of like, I don't know, light to medium kind of EDC type knives.
Right. I mean, listen, if lockup is your main concern, if you really have an issue with, fucking just get a fixed blade. Then you never got to worry about it, Speaking of fixed blade, you still rocking that fixed blade that fucking bit you?
The what?
The fixed blade that bit you.
Oh, yeah.
That was a guard. What was that? A Guardian? What was that one?
Yeah, the Guardian 3. I like it, man. Yeah, I carry it probably, I don't know, about once a week, maybe twice a week.
Did it come with that milling on the handles, or you did that too?
No, it came like that. Yeah. Are you thinking about getting one?
What's the size on that?
Let's see. I think it's the Guardian 3, so I think it's a 3-inch blade. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Oh, 3.5-inch blade.
Yeah.
Overall is almost 7 inches, like 6 7/8.
Yeah.
I mean, it's smaller, choked up. You're
that's
about
the
right
ones
there.
Like you said, the smaller ones are the ones. If I'm going to go fixed blade, I like it smaller. I don't want it too big,
Yeah, I feel like it's a good. I mean, you can get your pointer finger all the way out to the tip right there. So yeah, I really like the sheath too, how it carries, because it's a horizontal. So I carry it on my belt like right about here. And the way that this handle's hooked, it's really cool. You just hook your pinky on it, and you pull it out, and you're ready to rock. You know what I mean?
Is it snug in that sheath? Is it holding pretty decent?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
What was the ticket on that?
This one I got used, and this is just N690. It's kind of one of the lower end ones.
That's a good steal, bro.
Dude. Yeah, it blew me away. This thing holds an edge like crazy.
Did it get the cut test? You did it. Oh, of course you did the cut test. That's what cut you.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I only paid I think like $80. What are they new? Let's see. For Guardian and 690. $113 is on Amazon right now.
113. Yeah, that's not a bad price.
That's pretty good, yeah.
What about you fuckers in the stream? You guys you buy anything new? What you rocking? Pocket dump, fuckers.
What you guys got?
I'm gonna grab a drink right quick, dude.
Took some sandpaper to that wooden little native and dialed the action in. Nice. Are you gonna paint it? Dang Ross here got one of those wooden model spider coes.
It's a backlog. No shit. I'd like to see that.
What's up, Nate? Pretty Flies here too. What's up, man?
What's up, fellas? Just Nate. I fuck with Just Nate. He's a decent guy. I like him too.
Yeah.
I like all these motherfuckers, bro. I know I don't said it before, but we got some good group of guys, man.
Hell yeah. Bluetooth play. Oh, you got a TS300. Nice. Very nice.
Oh, that's the one you got, right, Duty?
The Tonto, yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at it. It's very similar to the Kickstop. Pretty similar Tonto there. You know?
Damn right it is.
Man, I forgot I gotta turn on my light.
Yeah, my boy went Hollywood.
Ooh, look at that.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Like it's daylight. There we go.
There you go. That does a big difference. You can see it so clear now.
Yeah. Are you thinking about picking some of these lights up, man?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to, bro.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
You watched that video with the 9 with the new lights?
Run that back again.
Did you watch my video, the unboxing of the 9 with the new lights?
When'd you post it?
I'll pull it up really quick just to show you how the lights look. Like on the desk, it's pretty gnarly. $70 for 2 of these huge lights. I mean, they're big, dude. I don't know what your area is like where you do your stuff. You might have to break them down when you're done filming, but do you have like a desk set up in your like in one of your rooms, or how do you do it?
Yep. I had the desk set up. I mean, I got the desk set up in my master bedroom, which my wife hates on me. That's why I'm doing it out here in my kitchenette area. Because poor thing, you know, I fucking keep her up all night flicking knives and shit. You know?
Yeah. I mean, look at this lighting, dude.
Yeah, bro, that looks fucking good. See, that's what I'm working on this week, is getting the mat and shit. Like I got to step it up, bro. I'm real fucking ghetto right now. I got these $40 lights from goddamn Walmart. Fucking.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I did. I slowly upgraded my shit over time. You know, it got to be time for a change. So I got this.
Man. You know, your subscriber count goes up. You got to give the people what they want, bro. You know, you're fucking over $3,000. You're almost at $4,000, ain't you? 4,000, something like that.
Like 3.2 or something like that. 3.3. Yeah.
I'm fucking chugging along, goddamn it. Fucking, I think I might just at 700. I'll tell you, Lefty did a fucking. Let me tell you how these fuckers on YouTube fucking played me.
Nick's here. Hold on, Nick's here.
Oh shit. Capo.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Good to see you.
What's up, Mr. Nick? I never got to see that pretty face, buddy.
Not that pretty.
Hang on, my dog's barking.
It's crazy, like when you talk to people like online and shit, and like you put a picture. At least I do. Like, you know, I have you in my mind. I have you made up a certain way, and then when you meet someone, you're like, "Well, fuck, man."
Well, nice to be here. I appreciate the invite.
Oh man, of course, bro. It's an honor to have you on here, man. Definitely, for sure. Glad you gave us some time tonight. Looking forward to it.
My pleasure.
So, what do you got going on, man? You got. I'm not too familiar with your stuff, but you have how many designs do you have so far?
Well, the first production design is actually coming out right now. I got the first 10. There was a whole mix-up thing I actually explained to Yonan a few weeks ago on his stream. All this production run was supposed to be an M390. Something happened with the whole M390 batch. They were able to salvage 10 out of 300 something pieces, and they sent me those 10. The whole batch got remade in 20 CV. So they're about 2 weeks out on that from being completed and then shipped. So again, I have all of these 10. Here, let me show you these. These are just like the protos, Jason, that you got, but with the modifications. These are in M390. These things are actually great. They're crazy smooth.
Yeah.
Really nice. They took care of those couple things that we wanted, which was getting these back screws flush. I'm always confused with this camera. There you go. They darkened up the pivot logo there.
It looks good, man.
Yeah, they got these things. So I'm really happy with these. I'm going to do something special with these 10, I think, after the drop. I think I'm going to send these out to get like anode or customed or something, happening with those. And then I'll kind of, again, do something special with those 10 at some point. But I think within the next 30 days, we should have the bulk of that 320 CV production run out and listed on the website. The website is up and running and everything. I got, I got coins on there. You probably saw those on the thing.
Yeah.
I got my favorite, John Wick over here.
I was just looking at those today. Those look really nice.
Yeah. So all that stuff, but yeah, everything will be there. But yeah, I have like 5 other designs of folders that I've been doing. And my thought is to, once this drop happens, see what the reception is, how people kind of take it. And I've already been hearing so many comments that, people would like a bigger blade, something, DLC coating, all this stuff, liner lock, a less expensive, more budget version, right? All the things. Everybody's always going to want something different, right? So my initial thought was, if the reception is good, people like this design, maybe that is what I'll do going forward. I'll get this into like a liner lock, more budget version where you can get G10 or micarta scales with a 14C blade and have everything rolled up at about half the price there, right? Because I guess everybody, is not going to want to spend $195 or whatever, right?
Yeah, but I think that's a pretty good price for a titanium frame lock, especially a contoured one.
Yeah,
20 CV, all titanium, all hardened hardware. All the stuff. Again, these guys have been good to work with over at Shieldon. That was the OEM.
Oh, nice.
Again, the prototypes were great. These final finished 10 that I got, the fit and finish, if it could have gotten any better from the protos, it did. These things are awesome. The fit and finish is rivaling stuff that I've handled, from Riot or anybody, I'll put it out there. Yeah, head to head with any of this stuff. It's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Now, was Shieldon the planned OEM out the gate?
So I had kind of interviewed, if you will, like 4 different OEMs in the beginning, maybe 5. A few of them never even responded back to me. And I'll be honest with you, Riot was one of them. I messaged those guys, emailed them, DM'd them on Instagram. They never even responded back. And I get it, right? They're the big dog, out there, right? And they're working with all the, a lot of big names plus their own in-house stuff. They never heard of me, but, not even a response back to be like, hey, we'll pass on you or whatever.
Something, right.
And stuff. But yeah, these guys were just so willing to work, with you and stuff. And they did a virtual tour of their factory with me. These guys have 3 factories over there. They have 18 CNC machines. When you hear, like a small maker, might have a CNC machine or maybe 2, like a Grismo started out and now they got 5 or 6 big machines. These guys have 18. These things are ridiculous. They're serious, big time production there, and they're
Wow.
starting to do more stuff for some known makers. Devo, as you guys know, put out stuff through them. Max Chuck, they have a few other people are now kind of in the pipeline there for stuff. I think you'll be hearing a lot more of those guys. Like I said, they're just so easy to work with. The problem is just doing anything overseas in general.
Right.
That's what happened with that M390. They had the first batch, and through no fault of their own, these guys showed me what the defects, what they were calling were defects. They were cosmetic, like tiny blemishes on the steel. But these guys are so good that they were like, we're not going to send you those knives. They're not, fit enough to leave here as a final finished product. Nothing mechanical wrong with the blade. Literally little defects that were blemishes, but they were like, we're scrapping those 290 finished blades. The things were finished. They were scrapping them and they remade them at their own cost again. So you can't ask for anything better than that.
Yeah, I wonder what do they do with those blades? I wonder, do they just grind them into something else? Or?
I think they'd send them back to the factory. If you guys saw my Instagram from like a month or two ago, I was showing some pictures when they were actually doing those blades. And as people, like, I make knives here in my shop and everything, and I buy, I'm not forging stuff, I'm buying bar stock and then cutting it out. But that's what I'm used to, a bar, an 18-inch, 36, and then I cut it out. These guys were getting M390 that was 18 to 20 inches thick and sheets that were 5 feet. So these things, they were bandsaw cutting them out once they were 18 inches thick. So you can't see what's in the center of an 18-inch thick thing until it's ground, polished, and all that. And that's what happened. It's supposed to be one homogeneous blend within that, but there are spots, there are voids, there are pockets in the steel, and that's what showed up once they finished ground those things. Some little blemishes from a pocket, but again, those guys were like, that's not good enough to leave the factory here.
A couple of things real quick I wanted to point out, because I know you said some people, kind of complained about the price. Like, look, Bridgeport Knife Company just dropped that 395, which I love, 20 CV, not a bit of titanium, $195.
Right.
So I, like Duty says, I think the price is right,
Yeah, look, you're never going to make everybody happy, right? And everybody's budget is different. Some people have users that are $250. Some people, have a $50 limit. Some people have a $25 limit. So
that's right.
Everybody's perception of what's economical or what's right is different. But from my perspective, right, if the design, which I love this design of all the ones I make, this is why I put this one out first. That's my favorite design. If people like it, that's why I want to kind of hit all the angles and say I want to capture as much of the knife community as I can with the design. Just have a higher end, have a lower end, maybe at some point have a medium kind of version or something. But you just want to capture as much of the community as possible.
Yeah.
How long?
Great job on the sorry, Jason. Great job on the sharpening trail too. I was just looking at it. It looks great, man. That's one thing that I always look at with a knife I'm looking at for the first time is how, if they did a good job on that. And it looks great. It looks really nice.
Yeah, the thing, like I said, the thing is just so usable. Again, it's a nice nice grip on here. A couple of these prototypes, actually, I sold a few on my website. One just the other day. Actually, Grumpy bought one a month ago. Yonan bought one like 2 months ago. These guys have been using it, and it's just, it's not a 9.5-inch overall, right? I don't have a giant hand, and I'm one of those guys that think, if you can't do most anything you're going to do with a 3-inch blade, I've broken down hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of boxes, all kinds of stuff. And this thing is just, it works for all that stuff, right? Look, you're not going to go bushcrafting with this, right? You're not going to be batoning in the woods, but for the majority of stuff that you're going to do really in reality, day to day, it's going to serve you well. The materials are great. It's going to last you a long, long time.
Yeah.
See, to me, the sweet spot with EDC is the 3 to 3 1/4 inch blade.
Yeah.
7 7 1/4 inch overall length. I mean, that's the sweet spot. You start getting bigger than that shit. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, who needs it really? You know, I mean,
90% of everything I have in my own collection of folders is in that range between 3 and 3 1/4. You know, the last knife I just bought was at the New York, New Jersey custom knife show. I've been wanting one forever, and I literally walked in the show, and within 5 minutes they had them on the table, and it was Skiff. I bought a drifter. Yeah. And again, everybody's budget is different. That thing was $1,000. I went in there, I was like, I've been looking at that thing forever. I was like, let me wrap it up, let's go. You know, and
Yeah.
again, that's going to be a safe queen, you know, for the most part, right? I'm not not doing, you know, much else than looking at that thing every now and then.
Looking at it, shit. Yeah, man. I'm with you, bro.
Yeah.
Most of my knives are fucking safe queens. I ain't even gonna shit you.
Yeah. But like I said, I got a knife in my pocket pretty much every day, you know, unless I'm traveling somewhere, I'm getting on a plane, that there's a knife in my hand in my pocket. So
how long have you been in the knife making, knife designing industry? Is this something you picked up later in life? Is this something you've been doing your whole life?
I've had knives all my life and stuff ever since I was a kid and stuff like that. But then, probably about 7 or 8 years ago, I was like, you know what, let me see if I could just do this, right? You know, I probably like a lot of other people, Forged in Fire was, you know, hot and stuff, and let me try my luck. And I bought some, cheap kind of steel, you know, that you're able to heat treat at home, and which I did. I made a little coffee can forge, you know, YouTube University, and I learned all that stuff there. And the thing was horrible. It was horrendous. You know, I made a little Kiradashi, you know, and that was the best I can do, you know, and it was bad. And then I just, you know, tried to make another one, and then I got better at it, and I was making fixed blades, and I made and sold probably over 150 fixed blades, all types, you know, all the way up to a big 8.5 inch kind of Bowie fighter kind of knife. Yeah. And then probably about 4 years ago, I was like, let me kind of try my hand at folders. And I started making a few friction folders, kind of got the feel for the geometry and the mechanism, because it's a different world from making a folder to a fixed blade, right? It's all about the geometry. Everything has to be tight and flat. And, you know, when you're making a fixed blade, you can be precise enough to, like, you know, the 1/16 of an inch and stuff on different things. It's not super critical where a pin may be in the handle, but you got to be down to the 1,000th, you know, when you're working on folders, because if stuff is even 1,000th off, that blade is not going to close. It's not going to open right. If the detent ball is not in the right spot, you're going to have a mush detent, you know, the whole 9 yards. So I bought a mill. I bought 3 different calipers and micrometers to measure stuff. Yeah, you have to work in carbide for everything now, right? When you're doing that stuff. So I got a whole set, hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of carbide bits to cut through and shape and grind the titanium. And yeah, different world. But, you know, I love that stuff, you know, working precise like that and stuff. And made a bunch of folders, handmade, and sold them. And then about 1.5 years ago, I started this process to put out a production folder. And this is taken a little longer than I initially thought it was gonna. I learned a lot in this last 1.5 years, made some mistakes. You know, working with China, like I said, wasn't easy, just for the sake of, you know, there was tariffs, there was blocks on stuff, embargoes, different things. Just the time difference is a challenge in itself, right? I've been on the phone and video calls with these guys more times than I care to say at 1 or 2 in the morning, you know, to catch them at their time, which is 13 hours difference over there and stuff. So yeah, a lot of stuff, but, you know, it should be easier going forward. You know, like the guys at Devo, I feel like these guys are masters now. They have 5 different designs juggling at once. They have different OEMs. I think they've really got it down. Got to give a lot of credit, you know, to those guys. But yeah, I've learned a lot, and I think it'll be easier going forward. Just knowing what I've learned now and what to expect going forward, working with them as an OEM.
Absolutely.
So you plan to, after the jersey is out and circulated, you plan on on getting another one out there, another design out there?
Yeah, like I said, and I think maybe what I'll do is juggle a few simultaneously. I think I'll do a budget version. Again, as long as the public is liking this design of the jersey, I think I'll do a budget version of that. All for my Carter G10 with a 14C blade.
Yeah.
But then I also have the next model I wanted to do, and I have a few of the handmades on my site, is the Atlantic. I'm calling it the Atlantic model. Similar in size, different shape, a little bit thinner of a blade on that. It is also a flipper, but I'm thinking of modifying it to have a second opening thing, maybe doing a deep recess, like a fuller on it that you can use to flip, or just a cut out entirely, but have a second deployment method. Maybe thumb studs, but again, that's where I've been hearing a lot already. People are like, oh, I hate when there's a flipper with thumb studs. Again, I don't mind it, but again, you're not going to make everybody happy.
Never.
No.
Yeah, with everything.
As long as it's got two forms of deployment, I'm with it. You know?
Yeah.
I'm with it, bro.
Yeah. Look, there's some makers that only make, flippers, right? You got the Grimsmos, the two models they have are only flippers. You have Terzola, one of the most prolific, guys out there in the game. 95% of everything he makes is a flipper.
Yeah.
So I'm a flipper guy, to be honest with you. I have knives that are multiple deployment. The only knife, and I just got it, that is a non-flipper in my kind of permanent collection is the Devo Buzz. I just got that thing a couple weeks ago when everybody else got theirs and this stuff, and that's the only knife that I have in the box of collection knives I have that's a non-flipper. I'm just a flipper guy. I just think it's an easy way to open it. You don't have to move your hand a lot. Like if you're trying to do a middle finger flick or rolling it out, those are easy deployment, but you got to shift your hand kind of when you're doing it. The flipper, you're kind of stay almost in that position when you open it. And that's, I don't know, it's just me, but I do like a flipper.
Yeah. To each his own. So being a flipper guy, what do you think of these Kickstop flipper tabs, that mechanism?
Yeah, that's kind of I have. It's kind of an interesting thing, and there's some different mechanisms out there. I was actually looking back and came up on my feed from years ago from Lee over at Love Them Knives. He did a review, and I don't know what happened to that thing. It was called a piston knife, and it was kind of like that same stuff. It has a flipper, but when you push it in, the flipper kind of disappears, and the flipper was on a separate pivot to let it swing out of the way when it was open. And it was almost like a ratcheting action. Yeah, you got to look up on it. Was from like 5 years ago. He did a redo, and it was called China Piston Knife. And it was kind of a cool design, on there from LTK on his stuff. But yeah, there's so many different things. Kershaw had a knife. I saw it on Frankie and Bird's website years ago, and it was a little kind of different thing, and it was almost similar to that piston knife where the flipper itself was on a separate little ratcheting thing. So yeah, there's so many different things out there. Knife designs are ever evolving, but there's some cool designs out there.
Absolutely. Like it was like you touch on some of this stuff, some of this technology from the past.
Yeah.
What makes it so great is people can now bring it to the present, and then do their own innovation with it, and make it better, We've come so far in this knife making ability.
Yeah, and there's different things catch on and some don't, and I saw the other day on Neves, he was showing a knife that had those roller bearings.
Yes.
Those things came out 6 or 7 years ago. A bunch of the, Chinese knives had them, and then they just disappeared. You didn't see those roller bearings anymore. Now a couple of guys are bringing them back. That's another, thing is, that bearing deployment. There it is, that piston knife. You'll see, he explains it in there, how that flipper disappears out and it actually falls in under itself because it's on a separate, there it is. You see how it just went down? It's on like a little ratcheted thing in there. I thought that was a cool design, and just never took off. I've never seen anything else done with that again.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of folding down like the Kickstop does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I wonder what came first, the piston or the kickstop?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, well, like I said, this review there that we're looking at right now, I'm pretty sure is from like 4 or 5 years ago. So,
yeah, that's
cool, it's weird how stuff, it just doesn't catch on, and then it comes back at some point. And I thought that was a great design. I would have thought there would have been a lot more guys doing that. I think because apparently it's not real hard, to do. And it solves the problem that may or may not really be a problem. You get a lot of people saying, I love flippers, but I hate I hate that you got the flipper at the bottom, and it's that pocket pecker or whatever, or it's too big of a flipper. So that solved it there. The flipper disappears, at some point. But
we were talking in some group chat. I think you were in there, Jason. I wonder how difficult it would be to install a kickstop mechanism on a knife, just like any flipper knife. I bet it would be pretty difficult, I would imagine.
Yeah, remember we were discussing like it's got to be, as far as geometry, it's got to be like Nick touched on. It's got to be down to the thousandths,
Yeah. Trying to do something like that after the fact of the design, you got to be really precise with that.
Trying to retrofit it,
yeah.
Again, even just working with hardened steel, like I know I've tried to drill through hardened steel in the past. That's a challenge in itself, right? Again, you can only do carbide. The bits you got to use are so small. Like when I drill detents for the custom knives I'm making, I'm buying carbide bits by the dozen.
Oh, I bet you're snapping them all the time.
Yeah, those things are so, so microscopic. You're snapping those things off. Hardened steel is hard. You try to drill through that, even with a good drill bit, regular, non-carbide that you buy, it won't even touch it. I mean, it won't even leave a scratch on hardened steel. You got to go, heavy oil, lubrication, fast speed with the carbide, but even that, you're snapping bits all over the place.
Yeah.
Not that I'm trying to count your money, but is this your main? Is this the bread? Is this all? Is this, or do you do something other?
I got a full-time job. Actually, I got me and a couple of lifelong friends that I've had. We're actually in the process of trying to do something else as a side business too. The laser kind of stuff, but not lasering like this. I've been into lasers. This laser cleaning. We got something going on. It's kind of takes the place of like sandblasting and stuff like that, where you can actually, there's a laser cleaner where you can clean rust, you can strip paint, you can take bottom paint off a fiberglass boat, you can clean the smoke damage off of brick. Literally, if you look up, you'll find online plenty.
I've seen a video of something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, and it's not big here, right? It's big overseas for some reason. Huge over in Australia and Europe. I don't know if it's the cost has been prohibitive. The cost of these lasers is crazy. Like even a small laser, and I have a small one in my garage. They're like $15,000.
Oh shit!
Yeah, the big ones are even more. Yeah, but they're. It's kind of going to be the next big thing, right? Right now, especially if you have like a shop, like a machine shop, and you're breaking down equipment that gets rusty, or every 3 or 4 months, you might have to break down a machine to clean the gears. If you don't have a setup to sandblast it yourself, you got to send that stuff out. So now there it is. And that's in real time. That's as quick. I was cleaning stuff the other day, and I'm talking, you blow
so cool.
stuff like that. Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah.
So your lasers, you can do similar type of things, I guess, right?
Yeah. And the nice thing is you're not damaging the material, right? And this is really where it comes to play. When you have machinery, and a lot of this machinery is custom, really precise fit. When you have gears, right, those gears have to be absolutely precise. Whenever you sandblast or anything like that, you're taking off a little bit of metal every time. So those gears, after 3, 4, 5 times that you're sending it out to get sandblasted, they're not precision anymore. They're not fitting the way they should. The laser only takes off the contaminated top part. And you can see right there, that's crazy. It's saying it remains untouched on the metal. So you're not ablating anything else except for that top layer. So it's just a better way to do it. Yeah. So
that's so cool. So basically the beam is just going back and forth really fast, right?
Yeah, so it's no different than when I make these coins. The laser on like your laser engraver machine, which I have a couple of here, is eating away the metal and leaving the design. It's doing the same thing on whatever you're trying to clean.
Okay.
You know.
That's fucking cool, man. So I'm a welder, and that would be such a lifesaver having
Well,
this.
you know what? That is another thing that a lot of people are using that for, is to clean the welds off of, you know, when you're the laser weld or lasering the welds. You can actually, if you set that laser even higher, you can actually even flatten the welds out. You know, you can smooth them out.
Wow.
There it is. Yeah, a lot of kind of applications for it. There you go. You can remove paint.
Fuck,
You know,
that's cool.
There's a lot of places that are doing stuff, and they're chemical dipping stuff too, right? A lot of issues with that. People in shops breathing the chemical in, getting chemical splashed. This is just a safer, better way. As long as you got your safety glasses on, you know, there is no kind of anything else, you know, really that you have to worry about for this.
Yeah.
There you go, Happy. Yeah. That's well said. There you go.
I wonder how much would one of these machines be? You said they were pretty expensive.
They're pretty, yeah. For this, like I said, I got a small one, 100-watt in my garage, and that's about $16,000-$16,000. These bigger ones go to 1,000, 2,000 watts, and they're different. Like I have one in my garage that's called a pulse laser, so that's very, very safe for delicate stuff. Like I can strip the paint, and I've done it, off of wood. And I have a piece of wood that I did 2 layers. I did a primer coat and then a top coat. I can set the laser so gentle that I can peel each layer of paint off of the wood without touching the wood. And that's what this pulse, cool. Yeah, well, that's what this pulse laser. Some of the other more powerful ones are called continuous wattage. They're a little more harsh, but if you have something that isn't as delicate, like if you're trying to clean rust off of an I-beam because you need that I-beam, well, you know, that's not a real delicate thing. That's a 6-inch thick I-beam. You're not gonna hurt it, right? So you can use that higher wattage, but you can clean a 15-foot beam in 20 minutes. You know, complete.
Is there limitations to how far whatever it is you're cleaning has to be?
Yeah, there's definitely a range there where you have to be. Like the one that I have in my garage, you got to be about 10 inches away.
Okay.
Some of those bigger, more powerful ones, you can be 2 feet away and blast that stuff.
Is yours like that guy we saw in the video here where it was like a handheld thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I have different settings where you can do like a straight line beam. You can do the spiral. You can do a circle. You can do a square. Like I've gotten a rusty piece of metal that was all rusty, and I shot the square pattern in it, and it leaves a perfect square in the middle of the rust. It's kind of cool, or a circle. You know, it's that good. Yeah, it's really cool. You know, there's nothing cooler than lasers, right? And
doing that. I think you're onto something, Nick, with that.
Yeah, like I said, we got some serious stuff going on right now. We're looking to set up a whole kind of you know, like real deal mobile laser cleaning business, you know, with that, and talking to investors, and investors are interested in the whole part. So
I'm in it, bro. You need another partner, I'm in.
So you have a few laser engravers, and I've played with one before in welding school. We had one. It's like a little tray, right? And you stick the piece in there, and then it's got like an arm, right, that burns the image or whatever it is onto the piece, right?
So a couple different types of engravers. You have the ones that are going to do things like wood or leather or acrylic and things like that, and those are diode lasers, which I have one of. Right, usually they're less powerful, they're slower, they're working on a gantry, you know, where it moves down. And then I also have a fiber laser. The fiber laser, and I have some on my Instagram again, where I have some shots, and you can see it. Nothing moves on that. They're galvo mirrors, and those mirrors only move, and that's why those things are crazy fast. You know, even these coins, which you're deep engraving, and this one's not even the deepest you can get. You can feel this, but this front piece alone took about 8 minutes to do. You know, they're fast, and they move really, really fast. They can go deep. There's, you know, and I only have like a 20 watt. You can get a 50 watt, 100 watt that can literally go a 1/4 inch deep into steel.
Now, with the NRiggi coins that you're making, what is your plan for those? Are you going to be giving them with the knives, or is this something that you're going to sell beside, separate?
So those are listed on my website right now, and I have the titanium challenge coins. I have listed on there that I can do custom coins. I have coins available in titanium, copper, steel, or brass and aluminum, actually.
I might have to get one that says "What's up, fuckers" on it.
Yeah, I can. I have that under the custom thing. You can get whatever you want. I have like 150 different designs you can choose from for the front, and then in the back you can get whatever you want, or you can get both sides whatever you want. If you have your own artwork, you can upload it and send it to me. If it's just initials, you can let me know. But yeah, custom stuff there, and all these things I cut these out. These are all from sheets of titanium or aluminum because I have all that stuff in my shop, so I'm not buying these blanks. These are all cut out by me, and then I grind them smooth, go through and then laser them.
You want to divulge the pricing, or you'd rather people do online for that?
Yeah, if you guys have the website up, you can see. If you want to flash right through on the website, I know, Duty, you had that up over there.
Let's
pull it up. Right there. You can go right to the coins. They start at like $20, for like an aluminum coin, and the titanium ones are like. The NRiggi titanium ones are only like 25, and then the custom ones I think I have at like $40 or something.
Yeah,
and the laser I have, there you go. That Bart Simpson thing, that is the coin. I have a coin. The laser I have will actually do color. It's a MOPA laser, so I can actually get color right out of the laser.
How does that work? How do you get color with laser?
It's with the frequency. It's all about the frequency.
Wow.
So it took me a couple hours, if not more, to figure out that to get that red, you have to go at a 250 speed, at a 90 frequency. Yeah, there's a lot of science behind some of that stuff.
That's crazy.
A lot of trial and error.
A lot of trial and error. A lot of titanium was getting practice.
Wow.
Now, the plan for the lasers too is I can do designs, so I think that's what I'm going to do with some of these things. Like I can laser into the handles or on your backspacer, some different things. People have been asking me forever on these knives, where I always had my maker's mark in the knives, but people were always asking me, can you put my initials on there? Can you put happy anniversary on there? Can you do this? I never really had that ability, with the smaller diode laser that I had, because I was always electro etching my maker's mark, and you have to buy those stencils in sheets and stuff. So it wasn't really able to do custom stuff. Now with the laser, I can put anything that anybody wants into anything.
So would it be possible to laser in a texture on a surface of a scale, like something like that? Could you go deep enough to do that?
Absolutely. I practiced it already. I actually have some scales. You know what? If you hang on a second, I'll show you. I got some scales that I was practicing on where you can do a design. I'm talking diamond pattern, frag pattern. You can literally laser in a frag pattern. All kinds of stuff. So
that's a way cheaper way to do that, right? Than milling it in.
Oh yeah. Milling it is a hard, long, tedious process, especially if you don't have like a CNC. It's a guy that I follow on Instagram's PS Knife. That guy has a manual CNC machine, and he just on his Instagram showed a frag pattern that he did by hand. And that's tough without a CNC doing that. You got to be on your game, turning those dials one way, the X, the Y, moving it, going down. It's the thing. Let me grab one of these scales real quick, and I'll show you what I'm doing just to practice.
Yeah, man, that could be a freaking game changer, dude. Be able to laser in texture. Holy shit.
I wonder if that PS Knife guy he's talking, there was some guy that I found the other day on Instagram doing the same thing, like with pocket clips and scales and shit.
So there's a set of scales that I just etched. This is from an old, just that pattern. And that's in there. Yeah, that's in there.
Now check it. Let's say when you're doing that, let's just say you fucked up a little bit, right? You know, you're not happy with the pattern. Is there a way for you to refinish it to then start fresh again?
So yeah, what you can do and what I've been doing is I kind of do like an initial pass on stuff, very light, and it almost is like a pencil sketch with the laser though, so I can see that it's on there. And if I'm happy with the placement, the way it looks, then I'll just run the pattern literally 80 times to keep engraving it deeper. And after like every 5 passes of the laser, you have to run a cleaning pass because buildup builds up in those lines and it stops engraving. So you run a cleaning pass, which ablates all of the ash and all of the burnt up stuff. So you have more fresh material to continue etching down in. That's what takes so long. And there's a science behind all this stuff. And again, a lot of trial and error. This scale is about the 10th one that I kind of practiced on with different patterns until I kind of figured it out on what to do. I think I got it down pretty good now though.
Yeah.
So yeah, there'll be some laser scales happening at some point on stuff.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, brother.
Man, if I had one of those things, gosh, I would go nuts with it. That'd be so much fun. How much would one of those be? Like the little engraver laser?
So the one that I got off a Kickstarter like 7 or 8 months ago, and it only got delivered to me like a month ago. It was like $2,100, which is kind of inexpensive for those. I was shopping them forever. They're usually like $3,000, $3,200, and they were bigger units. It was like a 2-piece unit. It had the power unit itself, and then the base. This one is all in one. Yeah, it's called Com Marker. You can look it up. They're selling them right now. I got it again off Kickstarter. I think they're a little more expensive now that they're out and stuff like that. I got it at the Kickstarter price, but it's a nice compact unit. What I liked about this one is it's very precise. Like it'll engrave down to 2 millimeters that you can still see. So really small, tight engraving.
Yeah. That's freaking cool, man.
Yeah.
So you collect knives too? You're not just a designer?
No, I got all kinds, stuff from custom stuff. My first custom folding knife that I got was probably about 8 years ago. It was from Casey Gray. You can follow him on Instagram as well. He still does custom stuff, but I worked with him, designed a knife. And back then, that knife was about $400. He's only been making knives. He was at that time only making folding knives for about 2 years, that guy. And I was like, this guy's going to be great, up and coming. And again, that guy makes incredible stuff. And I think he now has a CNC, but at the time when I got his stuff, everything was handmade. There, no CNC. He did have a mill, but not computerized. It was all manual. Everything by hand. Yeah, that guy is great. Casey Gray Knives.
Casey Gray. Let me see if I can find something.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff on Instagram. I think he might have a website. But again, that knife that he did for me, I still, again, it's a safe queen. I don't use it a lot. It was literally a one-off custom knife, but that thing is drop shut, and it's so light. The blade on that, when I've taken it apart and weighed it, the blade itself weighs not even half an ounce, and yet it'll drop shut. The whole knife in its entirety weighs 2.6 ounces.
What?
And yet let me grab that thing, and yet it drops shut like hydraulic.
Jeez. Casey Gray. Oh, there we go. Casey Gray. Ooh.
This is this Casey Gray.
Okay.
Yep. Getting out a screenshot. Yeah, this thing is so light.
It's got a lot of holes.
All that milling,
Yeah. Here's this guy.
These fucking lights are burning me up, buddy.
Casey
Yeah,
Gray.
this thing is really sweet. Yeah, he's got a ton of stuff on his Instagram there.
Is that American maker? I'm assuming, right?
He is. He's in Arizona, I think.
I'll tell you, man. Right now, too, I feel like there's a renaissance going on with American makers. There's a lot of people doing this shit at home.
Yeah,
and I think we're gonna be having some shit. There's so many people that I learn about daily, man.
Well, you know where I found this guy is on Stasa 23's channel. Stasa, I think, saw him at one of the shows and showed something on his channel, and I saw it. And Stasa was like, watch out for this guy. He had custom handmade knives for like, $400 or whatever. And sure enough, when I reached out to him, like I said, this thing 7 or 8 years ago was $400.
Wow.
I wouldn't sell this thing for anything, but right now I think his customs are up to like $800
Oh wow, yeah.
For stuff, which isn't crazy either for custom.
For custom, yeah.
For custom stuff,
yeah. Yeah, I have yet to purchase a full custom knife. I feel like, I don't know, if you're a serious collector, that's kind of one of the goals, right, in collecting.
Another one that I have a custom, I got 2 from KC. Another one was Wells Blade Work. Also, I picked him up from Stasa, bought something from him like 4 or 5 years ago. So he's in North Carolina, I think. He does stuff, but he does not work in metal. That's his only thing. So he'll do a knife, but it has to be like a natural handle.
Gotcha.
He also does remods off of Opinels. So some of those right there, I think, are Opinels, where he'll modify the Opinel blade and he'll fit it into a custom handle.
Wow.
But you can see there, he doesn't have any titanium scales or anything like that. He only works in G10, micarta, or wood.
I tell you, there's a cult following for those Opinel knives.
There's the Opinel there, that black one on the right. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, Opinel. Yep.
Yeah. People love. It's a cult following. I just don't get it. But
yeah. And so I got a custom from him, and it was under $400 about 3 or 4 years ago. So I'm not sure what he's up to now. But again, we worked together. It was literally a couple times a week. How's this look? And I'd send him a sketch of what I wanted the blade to look like and stuff. And just real collaboration. True custom.
Yeah. That's sweet, man. Yeah, one of these days I'll pick up a full custom. It's just it's an investment, but the good thing is if it's a reputable guy, then it's not going to decrease in value.
100%
go up. Yeah,
for sure, no doubt.
Who's one of you? As far I know that Shieldon's doing the OEM for this, but are you interested in the future of possibly having an American-made knife? Or
I've been looking around. I know, just like Lefty was trying to find some places, and I think it didn't pan out with the one guy. But there's some guys that I follow on Instagram. It's HMG Manufacturing. Those guys are doing some incredible stuff. They're putting out production stuff. They're called Transient. He has a model that's looks sweet. If you look that thing up, he has a small version and a large version. Those are production, small batch production that they're making in-house. And he's had collaborations with Carver Knives and a few other, but HMG, they're selling those things for $900. They're production knives. He's making them though in his shop, small batch with his CNC machines. But I've messaged that guy and I'm like, hey, at some point, do you have the capacity to kind of expand in your shop and do OEM work? And he said, at some point, maybe that's the goal. But right now, he's only tooled and set up to do his own stuff, because that picture where the 2 scales are down there in that thing, you have to set up your CNC. You have to tool it. You have to get, those things are called pallets when they get the fiberglass or the aluminum billets, and they're basically making an impression of the knife that you're going to make. So you have to mill the impression on the pallet of your blade, of your scales, of your backspacer. Wow. And then you have to do all the programming. everybody thinks that you got a CNC machine, you push a button and you're making knives, right? There's a lot of work and programming and pre-setup that has to go into it. You can see there, those are all the pallets that got to get made and everything. So yeah, but right now he's just, and I think he's backed up, and I think he has like a 2-year waiting list to even buy his knives. And he's making them as fast as he can sell them, like I said, and they're selling for $900.
Now, you mentioned a guy just a minute ago that I wanted to ask you about, because it seems like you know about it. The Carver guy. Isn't that the guy out here in Jacksonville in Florida? Dan
I'm
Carver?
not sure, but I know that this guy had a collaboration of some sort with Carver. I think this guy made a knife or two for Carver at some point, or they did a collab. But yeah, that guy's got some sweet stuff that he's putting out as well. Kinnison Knives is another one. They look very similar. They might even have a collaboration with Carver. There's some stuff, and I even got this with the jersey. Somebody was like, hey, that looks like some other knife that I saw like 5 years ago. But Kinnison is another one. They have a knife, and I could swear it looks just like it looked like a shit, I can't even think of the name now of this thing, but everything looks like something, right? It's just like Ed Sheeran got sued, right? His song was too similar to Marvin Gaye, right? It's all the same. Knives, they all look the same. Songs, they all sound the same.
Yeah.
Olamic, that's who it was. That Carver or Kinnison had a knife, and it looked just like an Olamic knife, and a bunch of people were saying that. And you can find similarities in everything, though.
Absolutely, right. Man.
You know, unless you're making a knife that looks like it's got like bat wings, you know, and 3 harpoon drops on it, and something like totally, Elijah Isham kind of, madman stuff. There's most of the stuff is all going to be, across 6 different basic designs.
What's your favorite blade shape personally?
Personally, I'm a simplistic person, the drop point kind of thing, right? I think it's one of the most useful shapes. That's why it's if you look up what's the most popular, it is drop point hunter, whether it's a fixed blade or folder. It's just the most useful shape, the simplest, no kind of craziness. Again, the harpoon is not for everybody. Warnies are not for everybody. Tontos. It's just a clean design. That's what I like the most. I just find it the most useful there. And you can do a lot with it, right? You can put a swedge on it, a full swedge from the back. You can go just a tip swedge on there. You can do a little bit of a more of a clip into that drop point and still have it be a drop point. I just think it is the cleanest kind of design. Like this was something different here with this. It's kind of a modified sheep foot on this, and I like this design as well. I'm
a sheep's foot guy for sure, but there's nothing better than just a really good looking drop point. It's just when it's done right, it just looks good, man.
So do you have an expect, maybe we touched on this earlier, but what is your realistic time frame? And real quick, what was the jersey pre-order?
No. So what I decided to do, I was gonna do that, but now, especially with the delays, jersey is all paid. I put out the money for all this stuff. That way I didn't have to ask people for money, have them wait for 5 months, 6 months, or whatever. I was then gonna do a pre-order to say when I knew these things were in transit, and I knew that within 20 days they were going to be in my hands, I was going to open the pre-order on my website and say, do $100 deposit only now and pre-order. At this point, I'm just going to, when they're in my hand, I'm going to QC every one of them. I'm going to look at every knife, touch every knife, polish every knife, open and close it a few times, make sure there's no blade play, lock rock, nothing. Make sure they're perfect. And then they'll be on the site and people can order them. Yeah, I was going to do a $100 deposit or this and that. Now they're just, when they're in my hand, they'll be on the website.
See, and that's even more of a reason for people to support you, bro. I mean, you're taking all this risk. Like you said, you could have easily had people say, fuck it, I'm doing a pre-order, send me your money. But no, you're footing everything.
Yeah,
I just hope people support you, man. You know, I really do.
I'm 25K in on this stuff, you know. So.
That's the way to do it, though, man. I mean, you know, once you get larger, it gets harder and harder to be able to do that. But I mean,
yeah, and like I said, especially for my first run at this, you know, I wanted to just do it right. I didn't want to put it out there, give me your money, and then wait 6 months. You know, I wanted to make sure people, you know, knew what they were getting, not buying something off of a picture only and then, you know, being disillusioned or whatever. Again, when they see it, they order it, in 3 days they'll have it. And again, they pay for it and they're going to have it in hand. Again, I've done the opposite myself. You know, I bought a knife not too long ago where I bought it pre-order, and the guy didn't even have a website. It was kind of DM me off of Instagram. And I waited 7.5 months, and this was a $380 knife. You know, I paid him in full. It's 7 months later, you know, and it was it was a Riot knife. You know, again, the thing is awesome. I still have it. You know, it's a sick knife. Let me grab that. I don't know if you guys have heard of this one.
Yeah, I'll tell you, bro, I'm not a fan of the pre-orders, but I think that whole debacle with fucking that field duty has turned people off completely to the fucking
seems like it.
The pre-orders, you know?
Yeah.
This is a Varga.
Oh, the Varga, yeah.
That came out last year, yeah.
Yeah, these things are sweet. You know, again,
I was
a little bit bigger than, you know, again, it's a 3.5-inch blade, a little heavier. But again, the fit and finish on this thing is impeccable, right? And there you go, thumb stud and flipper, right? Where you get people complaining, but I like it and stuff. But yeah, this is, you know, compared to the Jersey, let's put them side by side. You know, the Jersey comes in at 3.6 ounces. This is just under 5 ounces.
Wow.
You know, but
yeah, you can see that. Yeah, it's definitely smaller. Yeah.
I'm curious, what is people's rationale for saying that they don't like a flipper with thumb studs? I don't get that.
I think what I've heard is they're like that. It's two like similar deployment methods, or they don't like that the thumb stud takes away from the aesthetic. I've heard so many things, but it's no different than instead of a thumb stud, if there was a hole.
Right.
Or the EMP EDC, right? What is there, like 4 deployment methods on that thing? It's a flipper, it's a front flipper, it's a back flipper, it's got a hole, you know. And so again, it goes back to the old thing. You're never going to make everybody happy.
That's right.
Right. Never. That's why there's, you know, not just one car brand out there, or one computer brand, or one anything, one brand of coffee. It's everybody has their own ideas and own taste, and you're never going to make everybody happy, and you make yourself crazy if you try anyway. So,
well, luckily we're at a time in the knife world where there's something for everybody, man. There's so many new knives out there. It seems like every day there's a new knife.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, look, and that is the beauty of it, right? Back in the day, I started out, you know, with Ganzos too, you know, like everybody, right, going crazy on those $30 Ganzos, you know, and stuff, and then you move up to, you know, a Kershaw or something, or, you know, CRKT or whatever it was, and you know, again, and I still have some of those beater, and I have knives everywhere in the house, in every drawer, in every place, right? To have a knife everywhere where you need it. In my garage, I have like 8 knives. Most of them are my own knives, you know, to break down boxes and stuff. But there's knives everywhere, and so I have knives for everything, and you know. They're serving a purpose, right? And again, and I get it. Some people, where I read comments, are like, "I'll never buy a knife that's more than $50," you know, and that's fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, but you're limited to a certain kind of knife, then, right? You're not getting an American made, you know, that's truly made in the U.S. for $50.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to get 20 CV steel or whatever for $50. It's not going to happen. You're not going to get titanium. So there's compromises, right? You know, you'll certainly find a good knife for $50, but it's going to be in a certain kind of silo of what it's going to have.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we've been going about a little over an hour. Should we wrap things up here?
Yeah, man. Nick, bro, I wish you all the best. I can't wait to fucking get my hands on this, this jersey, man.
I appreciate it. You'll be among the first to know as soon as these things are in shipment. I'll post something. I'll let all you guys know. Everybody that got to test the proto originally, I'll certainly let you guys know. You guys have been awesome. Like I said, my one daughter follows me on Instagram, but she always sees your stuff on there. And she's like, I like that guy, that Puerto Rican with a knife. Pretty cool.
Hey, in reference to the jersey,
yeah.
Are you going to offer Afterpay, Sezzle, anything like that? Or
yeah, I think it'll be on there. Right now, I think there's PayPal pay, kind of over time on there. Yeah, I got to look into the Sezzle still to have it on to see if it's something that I can add on there. I think I can.
If you can, I'll tell you, man, there's a lot of people. I mean, I use Sezzle. It's just, it allows people who may not have the money and granted, in the grand scheme of things, $195 in today's day and age is really not that much in this knife industry, but I think that would open it up to a lot more people if they have that option.
Yeah, definitely. No, I agree. Definitely going to look into that. And you showed before the White Mountain, that guy's been great over there too.
He's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. He basically said, because I was like, look, I got 300 of these coming. I said, I don't know if I'm going to sell 300 or 3 of them. And that guy was like, whatever you end up, he said, sell them on your own, your website, and whatever you sell, whatever you do not sell, he goes, I'll put them on my site. And that's why he had pre-listed them months and months ago on there and stuff. That guy was just awesome. No questions asked. He's like, I'll sell them. He goes, they'll sell.
I think that's got to be the number. I ask everybody, and everyone said, when I say, what's your number one website? Everyone fucking says White Mountain.
White Mountain. Yep. Yeah. They're the shit, man.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Blue Creek is awesome too, right? Those guys are just, starting out. They're a little newer. They're doing stuff on there, but I know Devo had some collabs with him, with exclusive stuff there.
Yeah, the first mash I think was a Blue Creek exclusive. Yeah,
that's right.
It's good time to be in the knife world right now. Yeah, so many choices, so many options, so many good designers and products coming out, and just good to see, right? People are kind of accepting it more, right? It's not just all dirt bags and whatever with a knife in their hands. It's good everyday people.
Oh yeah, awesome. Well, thanks, Nick. I appreciate you making some time for
thanks
us. Good to meet you.
Thanks for the opportunity and the time.
Awesome. Anytime, man. If you want to come back when you're about to drop, just holler at us, bro. We'd love to have you back, man.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Will do, guys. Sounds good.
Awesome.
All right,
take care. Have a good night, guys.
All right, brother. Later.